With a warm welcome, let's welcome our Vice Chancellor, Professor John Kwekumen Samauto, as he engages with you.
Today marks the beginning of your exciting chapter, in fact, in the area of your academic journey. And I am fully aware of the transformative experience that awaits you to shape your future career and your personal growth. Interestingly, my good friends, my tenure as a Vice Chancellor coincides with your journey as a student of UPSA. I'm less than a month in the office as a Vice Chancellor. So you are the first batch of students I am orienting as a Vice Chancellor. And I want to assure you that we will walk this journey together. I thought you would clap for yourself and also clap for me. I will also share with you and also inform you that for the past few weeks, I have shared my vision with staff, faculty, and the university community, and started my engagement with key external stakeholders just because of you. I also take this opportunity to share my vision with you as very, very important stakeholders in UPSA. I am committed to building upon UPSA's strong foundation of excellence while charting an ambitious course for our future. Indeed, like I shared with faculty and our stakeholders, my vision is anchored on 5 transformative pillars that will define the university's trajectory in the next 4 years. Once again, when God permits, which I know it will happen, I'll be in this hall graduating all of you here. Unless you don't want to be graduated. But for us, whenever we admit, our expectation is that each and everyone admitted into this university is graduated. All right, so to the core thematic areas. My focus is to leverage on IT for transformative education, build strategic partnership, promote research, and then promote entrepreneurial innovation and volunteerism among students, and above all, uphold, protect, and enhance the culture and brand of UPSA. I am particularly focused on developing demand-driven programs in response to what the future of Ghana anticipates. Indeed, just as I mentioned earlier, as we continue to chart this path, I believe I rely on your support as students. In line with this vision, I'm very privileged to announce to you that UPSA will be starting this academic year an innovation with you. And this innovation is to ensure that each and every student will be equipped with skills of coding and developing individual software applications. What we stand for is to equip each and everyone with some entrepreneurial skills, which is quite realistic, in order to address the issue of unemployment in this country. Let me also share with you that indeed I have welcomed you, shared my vision with you, but I want to be frank with you with reality. And the word is reality. But to share this reality with you, I want us to drift a bit into what is happening around us. I'm going to share some scary statistics with you, and that is our fear. They are scary. They are scary. We all know about the global unemployment rate. The global unemployment rate. According to data, we have over 186 million unemployed people in the world today. That is about 5% of the total population of this world. In a part of the world, Ghana, it is projected that 4% are unemployed. That is about 592,000 people are unemployed. But the alarming part of it is graduate students or graduates. Data reveals that annually universities churn out over 100,000 graduates, and less than 10% finds job. So what happens to the 90% without jobs? Indeed, we have other scary indicators like the depreciation of the cedi against currency globally, the increase in population, and above all, pressures from external competitors. These are quite scary. I can tell you that if we are to discuss into details the implication of this, I think it will take us the whole week. So I would rather look at sharing with you some of the scary things and then the possibility of addressing or finding solution to some of these problems. I know you are prepared for a program, but let me share some data with you as well. It is projected that some jobs which you have chosen as your profession to come and read in UPSA by 2020 will be extinguished. By 2030, will be extinguished due to the revolution of IT. Data entry clerks, bookkeeping, accounting, and payroll clerks, administrative and executive secretaries, assembly and factory workers, client information and customer service, business service, accountants and auditors. That's my profession. It's projected that these jobs might be extinguished due to the emergence of artificial intelligence. I don't know, but I want to presume that some of you did not come to meet typewriter. It was a major job profession in every organization. That is the typist. There's no company without a typist. And they have the old typewriter. Those who really appreciate this will understand what I'm trying to put across. It was predicted in the late 1990s that by 2004, the job of the stenographers will be extinguished. Today we don't have any in any organizations. So when you hear some of these things, they sound scary, but don't be afraid. There's always a way out. That's why you are here. I want to be frank with you. I want to share reality with you. Some of you aspire to be travel agents, bank tellers, yes, the bankers, bank tellers, textile workers, fast food, printers and publishers, farmers. In fact, classroom teachers. Data also shows that by 2030, if not extinguished, their relevance will be minimal. That's how scary. Now, is it true? We all don't know, but you can prepare for the future. Today, there are some jobs and skills which will replace whatever we have mentioned earlier on. If you want to be relevant in today's world, then you have to equip yourself with some other skills. And it's projected that skills such as digital literacy, data literacy, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, creativity, collaboration, flexibility, leadership skills, time management, curiosity, and continuous learning is the skills you need for the future. And I can tell you, out of these 10 skills identified by researchers, we might not necessarily have programs for all of them, but there are skills you have to learn to be relevant. Now, these skills, as I mentioned earlier, there are some few things you have to do. I want to share with you that, you see, these skills require that you show some traits. And these traits are the traits of what you call leadership. Your leadership traits. And as individuals, what you have to do to exhibit your sense of leadership is one of them, researchers, some of which I have tried, tested, and believe that it is true. You have to embrace change and step out from your comfort zone. Change. Take ownership of your learning journey, and then you build a strong supportive network. And you demonstrate all these leadership traits by always asking for help. So if you don't know how to ask for help, it's not a crime to ask for help. Help me, help me, help me. Now, what is leadership? There are several definitions of leadership, but what I can tell you about leadership that you shouldn't forget is that it's just about identifying problems and looking for solutions to solve those problems. And also strategizing to sustain the solution. That's leadership. That's my definition of leadership. I have a lot of them, but once again, this definition, I've tried and tested it, and it is true. Let me share this, and don't forget, it's your first day in the university. Don't forget this at all. People are good in critiquing. People are good in identifying problems. But let me tell you, that is the opportunity for you. Always listen to their problems, but don't be like them. Look out for the solution to the problems. Some people are good in identifying problems. They are good in identifying wrongs or negatives. And that is where leadership starts. So I can only encourage you that everybody here must be a leader. It's not only the Vice Chancellor, your class reps, your lecturers, or your deans. All right. How do you embrace change? Please add on additional skills. Start something small and persevere. But you see, there's this interesting data I want to share with you. We just derived this data this morning from your orientation, the virtual orientation. We wanted to know the additional skills some of you want to pursue. And it's very interesting that we have content creation. I was shocked to the bone marrow that content creating represented about 22%. Sales and marketing 52%. Web development 44%. Woodcrafts like carpentry is 1%. Carpentry 3%. Agribusiness 7%. That's interesting. And you know something? If you want to be a millionaire, look for what others don't like, because in that zone there are few. In view of this data, if I were you, I'll go and look for those with the lower feedback. The masses have what they want. Have you seen auto body spray 1%? In this country, virtually those in the middle class have cars. And knowing very well the weather issues here, maximum 2-3 years, your car, you need to spray your car. And the people who want to go into that area are only 1%. Don't worry. Carpentry, the profession I have always prayed for. You know, my background, a typical away from the Volta region. Carpentry is an inherent skill in every Voltarian. So, I just find myself to be a finance person and accountant. Whenever I feel I should have been a carpenter than an accountant. And I would have been rich by now. I would have been rich by now. Trust me. But I will establish a carpentry firm probably before I leave this earth. It's a very good area. Don't worry, it's just by the way. But that's my dream as well. We are going to ensure that you add these skills to whatever you want to learn here. Because this is where there's so much money. This is where you can demonstrate your skills of being a good entrepreneur. Now, taking ownership of your journey. Please, some of you, to be frank with you, have been admitted to read accounting, marketing, and law, business admin. But please, add something that others don't see, or others don't regard. And that requires the sacrifice and teamwork. Don't worry. I want to share some pictures with you. Can they project this just for me too? Please, I guess you all know this man. Do you all know this man? Yes, that is the Tufo. The king of the Ashantis and one of the revered kings this country and revered kings in the world. You know something? Be rest assured. Some years back, he was a student here. So I just want to share with you that you've come to the right place. He's one of our great alumni members of UPSA. But that's not what I want to say. I want to share another picture with you. You know this man? How many of you know this man? It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. This man is the founder of UPSA, Nana Opoku Ampoma, the founder of UPSA. A private man, when he was a student, told himself that he will establish a school. So his colleagues were calling him school rat. Little did he know that he established UPSA to admit the king of the Ashantis and the king, a revered king in this country. And what do I mean by this? Take ownership of your journey. For some of you, you are here because your parents have asked you to come here. For some of you, you are here because there's a program you just want to read. Some of you are here because you are coming to a university. You don't want to stay in the house for people to know that you couldn't make it to the university. Oh, okay. I'm getting some feedbacks. Don't worry. Chart your new path now. Create your journey. And we are ready to help you. Please build strong, supportive network, strong one. A network here means that identify your need. Don't just join groups anyhow, but it should fall within your need. And then maintain and nurture authentic relationships. Authentic, not anyhow. To be frank with you, some relationships will not end you anywhere. Some will not end you anywhere. Don't join groups anyhow. Very soon, you get to appreciate the spirit of UPSA. Any networking which does not present you like a professional student, it is not worth joining. I know in the next few minutes you'll be told about our dress codes and all that. Very, very important. But please, appearance speaks volume. In fact, it speaks ahead of you before you even open your mouth. So please join the best of networks. But be rest assured that life on UPSA campus is so interesting. It's not just about academics, but it's also about enjoying yourself. Enjoy your youthful age. Whilst you're enjoying your youthful age, please be mindful of some repercussions. I can only encourage you to actively participate in SRC activities, other social entrepreneurial clubs, make friends, and above all, whatever you do, please, UPSA, bear UPSA in your mind that please, the image of UPSA should not be dented because of my actions, and always defend UPSA. Do you have the SRC? Yeah, the SRCs. Are they here? Are they here? SRC. They are here. I asked them to come. Okay. All right. Now, my advice to you is begin this journey with God. of your physical being, as well as feeding your soul with positivity. Because if you feed your soul with negativity, the feedback is negativity. Okay? Personal advice. And I can tell you that once you fill your soul with positive things, you always walk very happy. And my prayer for you this morning is that you all graduate in 4 years' time. You see, you didn't say amen because I'm not very clerical, you know. You all graduate in 4 years' time. You will be great employers, not employees. Even if you are an employee, you should be the greatest. You are not responding. In fact, you should be great influences on the economy. Influence every part of our economy, within and outside Ghana. Then above all, this is my personal wish. I've shared this vision with the management of the university. What we normally do is to acknowledge very, very distinct academic performance. So, during your graduation, we always will acknowledge the valedictorian who might have achieved the highest CGPA. I'll continue with that. But I want us to develop and create employers. So in 4 years' time, I want to see millionaire entrepreneurs before they graduate. Just a few responses. But don't worry, that is my dream. I can only pray you with my dream. And those who avail themselves, I'm ready to carry you with it. I'm saying that in 4 years' time, there should be somebody who represents other 9 entrepreneurs who would have established their own businesses before graduating. And they are commanding millions of Ghana cedis. And they are commanding a number of employees. And they are being recognized in the Ghanaian space and the global space before they graduate with their first degree. And I'm sure to do that. It's my dream. Even if you don't respond, I'll carry you along. I'll surely carry you along. Now, it's unfortunate the students are not here, but are they here? The 2 sections, are they here? Are you here? I know there are some conflicts. Where is the other one? They're not in. Okay, it's on. Okay, so you have the 2. Please come, step forward. Come, join me. Come. So you see these 2 factions. Today, you should have been addressed by your SRC, but we don't have SRC. Your people here are pleading for leadership. So go back and settle your cases. And tomorrow come and tell me. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much.
But thank God for the internet, for global education or whatever we call it. Today, we are like any student anywhere around the globe. So we do not expect our students to slack. We do not expect our students to be limited to local contests. you have to open your minds to study. And when you open your minds to study, it means that you should be as good, as astute, as smart as any other student found anywhere around the globe. Czech Republic, Russia, wherever, because you are all studying from the same thing, the internet. It means that when you have been tutored, when you've been lectured, when you go back, you have to research and add to what is being taught you. So that you are not so myopic, you are not so limited in thought and in knowledge. Open up your horizon, open up your mentality, open up whatever. When you go to class or around campus, ask questions. And when you ask questions, learn to ask questions in good context. Don't go to somebody's office and say, they say I should come here. Those are not the kind, they are not smart questions. Ask smart, intelligent questions. And ask questions until you get your answers. Do not be limited in your scope. Open up and ask intelligent questions. Sometimes you might even ask silly questions. Once you get your answer, it's fine. We expect of you to respect the values and the tenets of the university. Scholarship with professionalism. Our tenets sit on respect and service and integrity. Respect for others, respect for management, respect for yourselves as in one another. We expect that of you. We expect high levels of integrity of you and service to one another, to the university, to your lecturers, to your faculty officers, to administrators, whoever. So we don't want to hear of you that probably tomorrow, like the previously said, somebody tells you, oh, they brought this case, so pass this place, this is for cars, and ask, why are you telling me that? Respect. They would refer you, respect. So your integrity, your service, your respect, these are the tenets of the university, and you expect everybody to take serious adherence to it. We expect your involvement in building and passing this community forward. We expect adaptability of purpose, open-mindedness, your flexibility, and above all, your willingness to learn. At the end of the day, and mind you, it's not just your studiousness. When you have done, the Director of Academic Affairs will come and tell you that you are tested both in character and in learning. So if you get all your A's, and your character is questionable, you are found palpable, you are maybe disrespecting your lecturers or throwing your weight about, you can withhold your certificate. You can. And we expect that of you. And before I sit down, one important thing that I'd like to hit on is a dress code. In UPSA, yes, we have a dress code. On Mondays, like a day like this, and if you see the faculty and administrators, you're supposed to be dressed professionally in a business way, either in a suit, your skirt and your long shirt, your long sleeve shirt, well tucked in, with a blazer if you can afford it, or a dress suit, and you're beautifully presented. When you come for lectures, with the long footwear, spaghetti sleeves, and makeup and messed up hair, you'll be turned away. Even before you get to the lecture hall, the dean of students will be waiting for you at the entrance of the LBC. They will turn you away. You have to go and change and come. Sorry if you come from the other side of campus. But if you have a hostel, probably you have the advantage to change and come back for lectures. Other days apart from Mondays, and please, you can refer to your student handbook, the dress code, everything is spelled in there. We don't expect to see you with 8 or 5 earrings strung across. You can do that outside of lectures. Probably on Saturday when you are going for your parties, you can do it. But here, no. We don't expect you to see your twist out and looking very shabby. You shouldn't come to campus wearing bathroom slippers or any unpresentable slippers. I'm speaking about spaghetti. As for the spaghetti, we don't even want to see it. We don't want to see you in very, very short dresses extremely short dresses. We don't want to say, excuse my language, see the ladies braless walking around, hitting everything just like that. You need to comport yourself. We want to make ladies and very fine gentlemen out of you. In 2-4 years' time, we want to see very, very, very polished ladies, polished gentlemen, so that you stand out for the professionals that you are. And then we expect you to integrate yourself into the system. Don't just walk through the school and say, hey, as for me, I'm minding my business. By the time 4 years is over, 2 years is over, you know nothing apart from what you came to learn. But as you know, we are opening up. If you're doing a degree program, you can have a professional program alongside. Ask questions, get to know what is happening around. Know the calendar, know activity, social or otherwise, extracurricular activity, and a lot of them will be rolled out in the coming years. So get involved. I think you have a lot of unions, your departmental bodies that you belong to, your old school. Information is right everywhere. The SRs will be posting information, academic affairs will be posting information, the Dean's office will be posting information. Please read. The difference between here and the secondary schools where you've come from is that there won't be assembly. There's no morning assembly here. You're on your own. You need to read. And because we also are evolving and we are going digital, everything is online. WhatsApp, email, you get papers pasted around. No, read. Read every day when you get up. When you pick your phone, don't go on to what your friends have said. Go on to the school platform. What has been posted? Has my lecture time been changed? Has the examination time been changed? Has it been posted? Get informed from the right sources. Don't tell somebody when you are late for an IE that my friends told me that. Get right information. If you are not sure, ask. Always ask to ensure you get the right information. You pay attention to timeliness. Timeliness. Like I see a lot of you still working in. Orientation was supposed to start at 10 a.m. Your lecturers are here, your HODs, your faculty officers are here. Some people are working in with baggy t-shirts, not tagged in, anyhow. As if you are moving from your bedroom to the kitchen. We are giving you the benefits of that for today. But please, we pay serious attention to timeliness. So when a lecturer turns you away for being late at lectures, it's not out of place. It won't be out of place. Because you're supposed to be on time. 9 a.m. is 9 a.m., 10 a.m. is 10 a.m., 1 p.m. is 1 p.m. It's not maybe, perhaps, no. And you are supposed to adhere, please. And get involved in the processes. Very soon you have matriculation. You are supposed to sign your oath. You are supposed to submit it. If it's online, you submit it. If it's hard copy, you submit. Whatever it says, the rules will be rolled out. And you are supposed to pay adherence to every rule, every regulation that is posted on the university's platforms. Official. Your responsibilities as students includes taking care of your surroundings and those in the hostels, your rooms. If you mess with your rooms, you attract rodents to your rooms. And nobody will take care of it. You have to take care of it. So when you get up, you sweep, you scrub, you mop when it's dirty. You don't leave your rooms with still water standing, dirty plates over 1 week not washed, and get down and report that your room is smelling. No. At the hostel, the management will come out from time to time to inspect these things. And you are supposed to allow them in. You can't shut the door against them. If you feel you're adhering and your mates are not, you have a right to speak to them or to speak to the hall wardens about them so that they comport too. because you'll be in the room together, and if anything happens, you all be liable for whatever punishment it is.
Congratulations to all of you on admission to UPSA. For this morning's orientation, we are expecting students from the UPSA Law School and the Faculty of IT and Communication Studies. Now, under the Faculty of IT, Information Technology and Communication Studies, we have two departments. So we have Department of Communication Studies, and we also have Department of IT Studies. Under IT Studies, we have the following programs: Bachelor of Science, Information Technology, Diploma in Information Technology Management, and under Department of Communication Studies, we have the following programs: Bachelor of Arts in Public Relations Management and Bachelor of Arts in Communication Studies. In fact, we also have one diploma program, that is Diploma in Public Relations. So these are the programs under Faculty of IT and Communication Studies. And then we, of course, we have the UPSA Law School. The UPSA Law School has two departments, but these departments are not clearly, characterized, so we'll leave it at that. Now, to my presentation. Who is a student of UPSA? Who is a UPSA student? I believe all of you gathered here have your admission letters. Is there anybody here who doesn't have an admission letter? So, to first of all become a student of UPSA, one must apply and gain an admission. So you must be duly admitted to UPSA to follow an approved program of study. So I've mentioned the programs to you. So on your admission letter, you'll see your program, the program you are here to offer. And let me state here that once you have been offered admission and you have registered as a student of UPSA, you cannot change your program. You can switch from BA Communication Studies to, let's say, the Bachelor of Laws program. Now, for those of you doing the degree programs, your program has a duration that is for 4 years. I'll come to duration of programs in detail pretty soon. Now, so you have been admitted as a student of UPSA. You know the program you are here to offer. There are certain conditions you must satisfy as a student of UPSA. So at the beginning of every semester, you must register. So as freshers of UPSA, after getting your admission, you went to make payment. You paid at the bank. That is a necessary condition for you to register. So after payment, the next thing for you to do is to go on our payment platform to disburse your fees. As freshers, the system did it for you automatically. So you didn't go through that process. But in subsequent times, you need to go on the fees payment platform to do the disbursement of your fees. Now, once you are done with that, you have the opportunity to register as a fresh student. There are documents you need to upload in the process of registration, your identity document, that is your birth cert, or your national ID, and your result slip, your applicant's declaration or proof of application. And you click the button at the right side to register. Once you are able to do that successfully, you will see your proof of registration. That is what is on the screen. May I know if all of you have this? If you don't have this as a proof of registration, your registration is incomplete. You need to go back and do that. And that is very, very, very necessary. Who doesn't have this? Please, it's very, very, very important. If you haven't done this, you are not a student. So it's very, very necessary. So if you have done your registration successfully, you should have your proof of registration. On the proof of registration, you can see so many things. Your picture, your name, your program, the courses you are coming to do for this semester. They are all there. Now, so as fresh students, you are done with the first registration. But over here, this is not like your SHS where you register once and that is it. Over here, at the beginning of every semester, you are supposed to register. So your program is a 4-year program. In each academic year, we have 2 semesters, first and second. So if it's a 4-year program, you are supposed to register for 8 times because within the 4-year period, you have 8 semesters to register. So at the beginning of every semester, you are expected to register. If you don't do that, you are not a student. For those of you doing diploma programs, you are supposed to register for 4 times. So at the beginning of every semester, you are supposed to register. The university normally gives 4 weeks from the 1 to the 4th week to register. If you are unable to register within the stipulated period, the university gives an opportunity for you to register as for late registration. You register as a late registration student. And that is also for a specified period. Now, the late registration comes with a penalty. And the penalty ranges from 50 cedis to 400 cedis. So the best thing for you to do is when the semester begins, you are supposed to, or you hurriedly register and be free. Don't fall into a situation where you need to register late and pay penalty. Now, beyond the late registration period, you cannot register again. We will force you to defer your program. You go home, you go and stay home for 1 whole year. Now, after registration, as a fresh student, the university clinic will schedule you for medical examination. So you receive an SMS notification that will require you to go to the university clinic to do your medical examination. After the medical exam, you will be issued with the university's ID card. So a precondition for the ID card is for you to do your medical exam. So if you are notified to do the medical exam, please do well to avail yourself for the medical exam. If you don't do that, you can't have an ID card, and you need the ID card for the university's examination. You need it to have access to the university's library. That is very, very important, so please take note. Now, as a fresher, after today, tomorrow is your department-based orientation, which will be held in the building. When you go out of the auditorium, there is a building on your left side called Justice Aite Building. It is popularly called LBC, or Lecture Block Complex. All of you are going to have your departmental-based orientation over there tomorrow. Now, after the department-based orientation tomorrow, you get ready for lectures. You get ready for lectures, that is teaching and learning. Students are required to attend all lectures, tutorials, practical sessions specified for their course of study. Every student shall be required to sign an attendance sheet at every lecture. So it's compulsory. You don't absent yourself from lectures. Now, the teaching timetable has been posted on the university's website as we speak. You have been grouped for a program like business administration. We have several groupings. By now, if you are duly registered, you should know your group. So the timetable for each group has been posted on your group HOSA platform as well. If you are not on the HOSA platform, you can go to the university's website and download your teaching timetable. So you know when to report for lectures, the venue of your lecture, the lecturer who is going to, teach you or lecture you. You need to take note of all that. Now, if you are a student of UPSA and you fail to attend lectures for continuous period of 21 days, you are deemed to have withdrawn from the program. So that is how serious absenteeism from lectures can be. I've spoken to you about the duration of your program. So on your admission letters, you have your program. And the minimum duration of your program is supposed to be 4 years if it is a degree program or bachelor's degree program. If it is a diploma program, it's 2 years. That is the minimum duration. Then we also have what we call the maximum duration. So after the 4-year period, in case you are not able to pass all your courses and graduate successfully, the university gives a grace period of 2 years, extra 2 years, within which you are expected to redeem your deficiencies and graduate. If you are not able to do that within the grace period, you lose all the credit hours you have accumulated. So that is the end of you. You have come here for 6 years and you are going back with nothing. And will not allow you to come back. So take your studies seriously. For those of you doing diploma programs, the minimum duration is 2 years, the maximum duration is 4 years. Now, the maximum duration is inclusive of deferment, rustication, suspension. So deferment, some of you they fall sick or something could happen that will prevent you from continuing with your studies. So you can interrupt your studies for a maximum period of 2 years. So the first instance, you make an application on your student portal and you can decide to stay for 1 year. After that, if the problem is not resolved, you have the opportunity to make a request for another 1 year of deferment. And that is the end. You can't go beyond that. So the maximum period is affected by deferment, rustication. Those of you, the stubborn ones, who may get yourselves into trouble if you are suspended or rusticated for a year or two. It is affecting your maximum duration. So you should be careful. I've spoken about interruption of your program of study. So let's move to registration for the university's examination. I've spoken about registration already. So whatever you do as far as registration is concerned at the beginning of the semester is what you use for the university's examination. There is no other registration apart from that. It is not like the SHS, you are brought in, you are registered into the school, and when WAEC exam is approaching, you are made to register. No. Whatever registration you do at the beginning of the semester is what we use for the end of semester examination for you. Now, so we have taken you through teaching and learning for the semester. The semester typically lasts for 16 weeks. 12 weeks of teaching and learning, 1 week of revision, and 3 weeks of examination. Now, at UPSA, we have 2 categories of examination, that is formative assessment, otherwise referred to as continuous assessment, which constitutes 40% of the total mark. Now, so what goes into the formative assessment? Quizzes, interim assessment, presentations, attendance, and so on and so forth. So that is what makes up the 40%. Now, the 60% is what we call the summative assessment. That is the exam you take at the end of the semester. So what the exams you'll be taking at the end of the semester will be marked over 60%. The two put together, the 40% and the 60%, will give you 100%. So that is what your score over 100% is what we use to grade you. And the pass mark is 50%. The pass mark is 50%, and that is C minus. Now, let's look at the grading system. Please project the grading system. So, your scripts have been marked. We will now have your scores. So what next? We are now going to grade you. So on the screen, you'll find the grading system. So between 80 to 100 is grade A, B plus 70 to 79, B, C, and so on and so forth. And then we have F, that's from 0 to 29. Then we have X for absenteeism. If you absent, you have registered. You have taken your continuous assessment, but in the course of the exam, you fail to turn up. You don't turn up to write your exam. The university awards you grade X, which is as bad as grade F. Then grade Z for exam malpractice. If you indulge in exam malpractice and your paper is cancelled, you will be awarded grade Z. Then we have grade, it's not actually a grade, I see incomplete. So you fail to take part in your continuous assessment. But some way, somehow, you manage to take the exam. The university, even if you get 60 over 60, we will not grade you because you fail to take your continuous assessment. So we will award you IC, incomplete. And incomplete is also as bad as failing. So take note. Now, attached to the grades, what we call grade points. So grade A has a grade point of 4.00 up to D, which is 1.50. Now, so once you have been graded, the proof of registration displayed to you, your grades will appear on your statement of results on your student registration portal. So when you went to register, there is a place where you can actually go and view your statement of result or your online transcript. So you see the grades in there. Now, as I said, the grades have grade points. A is 4.0. So the 4.0 times the credit hours. On the proof of registration, we have a column with credit hours, 3 credit hours in most cases. So the 3 credit hours multiplied by 4 will give you your grade point. Now, so we total all this. So each grade you get we multiply the grade point times the credit hours, divided the total of all the courses you have registered, divided by the total credit hours will constitute your grade point average. And it is cumulative. So first semester, you get your grade point, then you go to second semester, and you now have cumulative grade points average till you get to your final year. So if you're a good student, you are scoring A. So A in 5 courses will mean that you have 3 times 4 times 5 will give you 60, divided by the total credit hours, which is 15, and that will give you 4.0. So you are a typical first class student. So at the end of your program, we have what we call your final cumulative grade points average. That will be used to classify you as a first class student, a second class upper student, second lower, third class, a pass, and a fail student. Now, so if by the end of your first semester, your GPA is less than 1.0, you are automatically put on probation for withdrawal. By the end of the first year or your level 100, if you don't go beyond 1.0, we will ask you to go home. You are withdrawn from the program. So please take note. It is very dangerous for you to go about getting D's, F's and things like that. All right, so now let's talking about examination, let's look at certain things you cannot do when writing the university's examination. So we have examination-related offenses and penalties. There are a lot, so for lack of time, I'll flip through just a few. Copying from prepared notes, the penalty is dismissal. Impersonation, so you get somebody to come and write the university's examination on your behalf. You go home, we'll dismiss you. Collusion in examination hall. Dismissal, it ranges from dismissal to cancellation of paper. Physical assault on an invigilator. Dismissal. Here in the university, my dear students, we don't fight. Not to talk about going to have physical exchange with an invigilator. It is not allowed. We don't fight in the university system. University is a civilized place. Only bush men and women fight. Fighting, I'm not talking about quarreling, exchanging of physicals. So it is not allowed. Don't try it on your fellow students. Don't try it on a staff or a lecturer or even an invigilator. No, however small that person is, you don't do that. It's just like a police officer. You can't beat a police officer or assault a police officer. Destroying materials suspected as evidence to establish facts of the case against you. So you have been caught with a foreign material in the examination hall. As soon as you are asked to bring it, you quickly, some of you put it in your mouth and start chewing it, or you quickly tear it into pieces and throw it away. It is an offense, serious offense. Plagiarism, that is copying other people's work without acknowledging them. So if you copy somebody's work, the reasonable thing to do as an academic is to acknowledge the source. Okay. Possession of unauthorized material in examination hall is cancellation of candidate's paper and rustication for a semester. Delay in submission of examination scripts is also an offense. Possession of mobile phone in the examination hall is not allowed. We don't allow mobile phone to university examinations. I'll soon show some of the prohibited items to you pretty soon. Some of you take mobile phones into the examination hall with the mind of using artificial intelligence to give you answers. So it is forbidden. You can't do that. Writing examination without ID card, it is an offense. Insubordination. You don't disrespect the invigilators or the university officials in the course of examination, not even in the classroom. Verbal assaults on an invigilator. You can engage the invigilator or anybody connected with the university's examination in verbal exchanges. It is not allowed. Smuggling examination booklets out of the examination hall is prohibited. Copying from another candidate's scripts, not allowed. Now, please, on the screen, kindly project the prohibited items or materials. Yeah, so we have weapons, gun, knife are not allowed on the university campus, let alone taking them to the university's examination hall. You are not supposed to bring weapons to lectures. Please, it is not allowed. No smoking. You can't smoke during the university's examination. In fact, you can't smoke in any lecture hall. You don't carry reading materials to the examination hall, like books, no, unless it is an open book examination, in which case the examiner or your lecturer will give you a prior notice and those of us who conduct the university examination will be duly informed. And in that case, it is allowed. But if it is not permitted, you cannot do that. No inappropriate dressing. We don't entertain wearing tattered jeans. The ladies, you don't wear things that will expose your private parts during the university's exam. In fact, the university has a dress code. I believe the Dean of Student Affairs will dwell on that. You don't carry bags into the examination hall. You don't carry your backpack into the examination hall and tell the invigilator, oh, can I leave my bag with you? And you try to drop it somewhere. No, it is not allowed. Dressing. The guys in particular are fond of, wearing their trousers and allow it to drop, and their boxers are showing all over the place. We don't allow such things. Now, the order of the day is the guys, some wear earrings, how is it called? You tick your hair. It is not allowed. Guys are not allowed to braid their hair. I can see some of you who have braided hair. If we catch you, it is not allowed. And just keep yourselves neat. That's all. No slippers to examination halls. The slippers make noise. They make noise, so we don't allow slippers. I talk about phones. Why? Slippers are not. So examination hall is a quiet place. Very, very, very quiet place. So supposing you want to get up to go to the washroom and you get up, you hear the sound, pam, 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 pam. You are disturbing everybody. So we don't encourage bringing slippers to the examination hall. Drinks are not allowed. Hoods and caps are not allowed. There are some of you who wear sweaters with hoodies. No, it is not allowed. You can hide things inside, so we don't allow it. Watches, whether electronic or analog, they are not allowed. Some of the watches are as good as computers. You can use it to cause havoc. So watches are not allowed. The university will provide clocks in all the examination halls. Now, probation and withdrawal from the university. I've spoken about falling below 1.0 and you are withdrawn. So even as you move from the first year to second year, third year, you must always keep your CGPA above 1.00. Now, the university is governed by rules and regulations. I spoke to you about rules and regulations concerning your academic work, but there are other rules and regulations. Now, for instance, fighting is not allowed. Stealing is not allowed. If you steal or you fight, and so on and so forth, a committee will be set up. We have what we call disciplinary committee. Even if it is examination, we have examination malpractice disciplinary committee that will take you through a trial, and if you are found guilty, if it becomes necessary to dismiss you, you are dismissed. So you are here to study. The main essence of being here is to study. Just concentrate on your studies, discipline yourself. Do not take anybody for granted, not even the cleaner. The cleaner is a staff of the university. They make the place clean for you to have a good environment to study. If you misbehave towards a cleaner or a security guard and you are found out, we will deal with you. So don't do such things. Now, I can't give you everything about your expectations over here, what you are supposed to do, your do's and the don'ts. We have what we call the undergraduate student handbook. It is on the university's website. When you go there, you will see all sort of things in there, from dress code, the course structure, course description, rules and regulations governing the entire university, and so on and so forth. Please go to the university website and download the undergraduate student handbook and read from cover to cover. Over here at the university, we don't ring the bell. Currently, we don't have a lot of physical notice boards around. So we make use of the university's website. So all notices regarding your studies here are displayed or are posted on the university's website. More often than not, we also send them to your class WhatsApp platforms. So anytime a notice is posted on your official WhatsApp platform, please do well to read such notices. If you are in doubt, you are not sure, just go to the university's website. When it comes to examination, the examination timetable is always displayed on the university's website, just as we have the teaching timetable displayed on the university's website. The office of the Director of Academic Affairs is located on the ground floor, where we popularly call room 7. So if you have any issues concerning your academics, you can come there. Apart from that, you also have your departments. So I spoke to you about the classification of the programs each and every one of you is studying under departments. So if you have anything having to do with your teaching and learning, your HODs, your departmental officers, your faculty officers are there to assist you as well. But anything regarding academic affairs generally, you come to the ground floor, Sebu Mustafa Wing, for any inquiries. Thank you very much for your attention. I wish you every success in your studies. Thank you.
Let me take this opportunity to also congratulate you for making it to UPSA. I think you can clap for yourselves for making it to UPSA. I would like to continue from where Director of Academic Affairs got to most of the things he said. He's established a background to inform you or to look at the virtual or the technology side of many of the things he said will be implemented. So if you are here, it means you have done your registration. You have gone through your registration process successfully. If you have not, I'll urge you to complete the registration process, because at the end of the registration, you should have your UPSA email, which you call UPSA mail, and you should have been on UPSA virtual. It is important you read the guidelines for freshers. The guidelines for freshers. It contains information on how to assess, because I'll not be able to take you through the full details. The step-by-step approach on how to assess these systems you find in the user's the freshers guidelines. So I'll just mention one or two important things that you need to know. So like the moderator said, at UPSA, we leverage on technology, digital technology, to complement or supplement teaching and learning and assessment. So all the courses you'll be registering each semester, the courses are mirrored on the UPSA virtual system. And made largely because of your program, for your 40%, that's the formative assessments, quizzes, assignments, group discussions, class presentations. The lecturers may require of you to use the platform for these activities. Your course outline, your lecture notes, PowerPoint presentation, videos for teaching and learning, you will find all these things on UPSA Virtual. So how do you get on UPSA Virtual? The first thing is that you should have registered, like I've mentioned. And then you should have activated your UPSA mail. The procedure, like I said, is in the guidelines. And change your default password. It is important to use your personal phone numbers to activate or to set it up for password recovery so that you do not depend on any other person to reset your password anytime you have issues. I have seen this morning about 3,000 of you who have duly followed the guidelines have taken your first online course called My UPSA Orientation. This course is compulsory, it's mandatory for all fresh students to take this course. And to log into the course, follow the guidelines, go to join.upsavirtual.site, and on the dashboard, the courses you have registered for this semester, you will find the list of those courses. Within the list, look for My UPSA Orientation. It looks like the image on the screens. You see My UPSA Orientation. Just click, and once you click, please follow the instructions. The online orientation contains 6 lessons. About UPSA, where you learn so many things. Who is a VC, who is a Pro VC, who is your Dean, what programs are offered here, etc. You cannot be at UPSA, be a banking and finance or an IT student, and you do not know what kind of master's programs or programs that are offered in other faculties or departments. So everything about the university that you need to know is in lesson 1, including the university anthem. So learn how to sing the university anthem, play along, learn the lyrics, so that when we have matriculation and university events, you can sing along. Each lesson also has activities, quizzes or assignments that you are to. Let me see by hands. How many of you have completed? How many of you in Faculty of IT and Communication Studies and UPSA Law School have completed? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. How many of you have attempted? Okay, so a number of you, and you have 5 days. Today is Wednesday. It means you have 2 days more to complete. You need to complete before you get to the classroom. So I urge you to complete, and once you complete, I'm sure you see your online certificate. Is there any problem? There are a number of videos that you find how to craft your mission, vision, your personal vision. Many of you have written very interesting things. The UPSA YouTube channel, that is Join UPSA Virtual, that's a channel link. We are going to place a number of video materials which form part of your teaching and learning. So it's good to subscribe to the channel. So anytime there is a new video, you will get the link because your lecturer may want to post a video. We have a number of videos for teaching and learning. And that's the official channel YouTube channel for teaching and learning. So visit and subscribe because you receive enough materials from the channel. Once you complete, you will see this badge. you see this badge. The system automatically awards you this badge. If you want to be sure where to find it, in the right corner where you see your account name, just click and go to profile, or look for your profile. Just click on profile. Once you have completed, you will see the badge. So if you have not received the badge, it means you have not completed all the activities. I have seen some of you got assisted by your parents. You think we will not know? Those who have attempted, and your friends. You have to do these things by yourselves. You have to do these things by yourself. If you get assisted, we will know. If you don't watch the videos, we will know. Some of you attempted the quiz first, you didn't want to watch the video, and when you scored 0, you decided to go back and watch the video, because the answers are from watching the video. They are not for decorations. Some few items you need to have to be successful on campus. Smart devices like laptops. You need your personal laptops. The university will not give you a laptop. So once you are a UPSA student, please own a laptop. Own a laptop. If you have a tablet, fine. If you have a smartphone, fine. But YAM phones will not help you at all. YAMs will not help you at all. Then, of course, your internet access. Maybe on campus at certain points you may have access to internet, but if you're at home, you need internet if you want to participate in our online learning environments. Once you have completed your registration, we create a personal folder for each student, and that is very important. 20 years after school, people want to have access to their records, and we spend a lot of resources, a lot of money, if I should say it in plain words, to create these resources for you. So we need accurate information from you. Apart from it being a requirement from GTech, we need accurate records from you. Many of you submitted a declaration form which is not signed. It is not a record. You know yourselves. You just downloaded the declaration form. You didn't sign it and submitted. You receive an email if you find yourself in that situation, or those of you in that category. You receive an email. You respond to the email with the signed declaration form. Then your record will be created for you. So the records contains all the things we ask for: identity document, and then proof of registration. Your proof of registration. From time to time, we file them on your behalf. Some few skills you need to have: basic accessing internet, browsing, creating text materials, converting text materials to PDF. I believe these skills, you do have them already. Many of you do have them, because I know what you do on social media. I'll talk about that very soon. Then, of course, installing basic apps to make life easy on campus for you. We provide support, technical support, through your department or through ISTD. There is a gentleman here who will speak on ISTD, so he will mention how you get support. The support on resetting your email for whatever reason. If you have any problem, there's a link you can send an email to, or you can send a request to get help. But it will usually start from your department. A few words of advice for you in terms of the use of technology. The first thing I'll say is, you realize that when Director of Academic Affairs showed the league table of offenses and the implications, plagiarism is what? Dismissal. Using technology to extract information with no editing, no repackaging, nothing. You just copy whatever you found on the internet, or use absolutely what an AI has generated for you and submitting it for assignment or any academic requirements constitute these categories of offense. And I'll urge you to use technology acceptably. We have acceptable use policy on the UPSA virtual. You can see the do's and don'ts. You cannot bully anybody. You cannot use foul words. You cannot solicit for relationships using the UPSA virtual. You can do that on your personal WhatsApp. Don't say, hi, I like you on the platform because you can send a chat to somebody. It is for only teaching and learning matters. So the acceptable use policy is on the platform and you have to know it. For yourselves, as young people, let me just give you a few advice about the harmful effects of digital devices, the harmful effects. Let me talk about radiation exposure. You see, as we sit here, you know a mast. You've seen a mast before. So your cell phone, there are no wires. It's connecting through waves, and these waves have radiation. Even the phone itself, as you sit, that's how come when you're making calls, the phone can get very hot. It's due to radiation, and that can give you health issues. So many of you don't sleep well. You wake up as if you have been beaten. Because on your beds, you have your laptop and your phones right by you. And that is dangerous. That is really, really dangerous. Some of you have vision problems because constantly you are flipping through reels. You are on TikTok, you are on those platforms, and it can constitute mental health issues. Hearing loss. You cannot pay attention. Many of you have seen sitting here, your head has been bowed for minutes, for almost an hour. What are you doing? Looking at videos on TikTok or whatever. That's addiction. And that can constitute, the serious one here, it can even have fertility issues. Maybe you are 17, 18, 19, so it will not be a problem. But after school, you want to have a family, and then you start blaming the old ladies at home for the problems you are creating today. Physical problems, I have mentioned, yes, and addiction. Take note of that. And addiction. I met your colleagues on Monday. I told them about Azigi, the latest addiction. If you don't know Azigi, God bless you, it means you are not there. But those of you laughing, it means you are aware of it. So I advise you to use technology wisely. Data is expensive. Use data to support your teaching and learning. Thank you very much.
Once you are here as a fresher, it is mandatory for you to undergo medical screening. And it's quite a cumbersome experience as most students always come back to us when the medical screening time is over. So I would want you to pay particular attention to this information. Medical screening is done for freshers every year. And the question most students ask is, I came here for academics, so why medical screening? Whilst you are in the university environment, for example, if I have a communicable disease, and I keep transmitting, I'm not sure that the university environment is going to be safe for your academics. For this reason, we want to make the whole university campus safe for your academics to thrive. So some of the benefits of your health and well-being whilst on campus is for early detection. Most of you come in not knowing the conditions that you have. And for many, even if they know, they have little knowledge about it. We are also more concerned about preventive care. We really want to wait till you are down with a condition where your academics will be at stake before we find solution for you. For this reason, we have exercises or medical screenings just for you to identify your condition before your academic starts. I've already spoken about having a healthy environment because we wouldn't want the campus to be infected. we would want a healthier student body which fosters more vibrant and productive learning environments. So on medical school, when you come, we don't need much from you. We'll just need a bit of your previous medical history. We can assure you that whatever you give us is highly confidential. It doesn't go out of the clinic. And so when you come, you will be given a form, or these days what happens is that you are sent a mail and you need to print out the form, come to the clinic with the form. If you don't have that mail, then you may have to go to the business center, print out your medical form, bring it to the clinic, and that would have to be done by 8 a.m. in the morning. Mind you, some of our laboratory investigations are done very early in the morning, and we require that you don't eat. And so if you don't come early enough, it means we are going to starve you for the first few hours of the day. So we need your medical history, and then we take blood samples for some blood works. You'll be told the specific blood works that you're going to do. We are not going to do any blood works in secrecy. Everything will be revealed to you. After that, you would also undergo a physical examination. This is a time for you to have a discussion with a medical officer at post, where you can discuss in details whatever your health concerns are. Also on this, the health professional or the doctor is able to disclose to you whatever findings that were seen in your blood samples or even seen you physically. We also have vaccinations of hepatitis. Once we are here, most of us have been vaccinated against hepatitis, others have not. Because of time, we may not be able to touch on hepatitis, but our clinic is always open for you to come around for more education on hepatitis. We also have our mental health units that will assess your mental health state. This is to support your emotional well-being whilst on campus. For some, it might just be a headache, but when you come to the assessment center, you realize that it goes beyond just a headache. And we advise all of you to take an advantage of this exercise and be part of it. Remember, it is mandatory. You are also required to take an X-ray, but there are exemptions for pregnant women. That is not to say that you can just verbally come and tell us you're pregnant. There has to be a proof. So X-rays would also reveal what sometimes most of you don't know. On X-rays, sometimes we get to know that some students have enlarged hearts, among others. And this is a good reason for you to undertake medical examination at UPSA. Our medical exam is normally done in the morning, between 8 and 11. But for the physicals, it's open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. each day, we don't have our physical examination on weekend. So please note that. And then once your forms are completed, you will take it to your faculty for your registration. Before you also come to the clinic, we will need an ID from you, noting that you are part of us. And this ID could be in the form of your admission letter, your proof of registration, or your dispersed interpay of school fees. Whilst carrying out your medical examination, we are open for you to ask questions regarding, sorry about that. Whilst at our facility, we have friendly staff at posts from Monday to Sunday, and we encourage you to feel free to talk to each staff. Also feel free to report any staff that does not show you any form of friendliness or tries to be rude to you. Remember to also be kind to the staff of the clinic. We are here to urge you to stay healthy, to enable you learn better. One last thing we would emphasize on is our range of services at the clinic. We offer outpatient care, outpatient care. And we also render dental services. So if you have any dental issues, feel free to walk into our units from Monday to Friday. We also have counseling sessions for mental health, and we have preventive care and vaccinations, which I've already spoken about it. We currently take STI clinics, sexually transmitted infections, and in this area where most these are being tagged with hookups and all that, we would ask you and urge you to randomly come to the clinic. You can check your HIV status for free. Come with your friends. Any medication that you need, you can go ahead and seek healthcare. But my colleague here will touch more on that. From the clinic, we would want to wish you a safe study on campus, and always remember that we are part of you. We are here because you are here. Thank you. Thank you so much. My name is Chikasan, and I'm here to briefly introduce you to the Sexually Transmitted Infections Clinic, shortly STI Clinic. And first of all, I'd like to welcome you again to campus. This is very, very important because, like my matron mentioned, being infected allows also the spread of the infection to other people. And as we know, this can also affect your reproductive system. So it's very important. I would also want to touch a little on the reason why the STI clinic has been introduced. It's a specialized service intended or focuses on educating us all on sexually transmitted infections. And the clinic is going to be opened within the week from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. This is the time that you have, a one-on-one time session that you have with a trained health personnel to speak to them about your health concerns regarding sexually transmitted infections and reproductive health. And we would also want to emphasize that confidentiality will be maintained. And so don't think about stigmatization, you being stigmatized by the health personnel, or people hearing what you want them to speak to them about. It's important to take charge of your health. And so spend time to come to the clinic during those clinic days, and spend time to speak to us about your sexual health and reproductive health issues. During that service, we spend time to educate you, like I mentioned, about certain diseases like hepatitis B, HIV, AIDS, gonorrhea, syphilis, signs and symptoms that you can be able to see or notice or identify, and how these things can be treated. And during that time, we also treat those diseases. We test you to see if you have any of them, and then we treat you. So briefly or in summary, just to introduce you to work on those sessions, and we will have time to talk to you. Thank you.
5 minutes of your time, maybe even less. And I just want to say welcome. A few years ago, I was also sitting as a student in a different school. So just before I go on, I just want to share a few words with you. I think coming to the university, for me, it came with a lot of autonomy I wasn't used to. You know, when you are in high school, there is an environment of control. And so when you come into the university, you have much more autonomy than you are used to. But just like the speaker before me said, I will also urge you, keep your eyes on the prize. Have a mental image of where you want to go to and work towards it. Winning is in the mindset, and you can absolutely win if you make up your mind that you want to win. One of the things that you also need to have in mind is that as you are in the university, you are carving out your career. And so as you are learning, you need to also combine it with some work experience in the form of internships. And so be looking out for some of these internships. At UPSA, we offer these internships. And this year, we are also going out to be giving out a lot of these internships as well. We do national service, we do graduate training programs. I don't know if anyone knows graduate training programs. So right after national service, we pick the best of the class and we give them job opportunities, and they start from mid-level management, not even from entry level. The team is outside, so if you have any questions, you can reach out to them. Now, let me also introduce you to our flagship student account. And again, the team is outside. It comes with everything on the account is literally free. We don't charge you for the account. We'll give you an international debit card. We will not charge you for it, because we want to drive financial inclusion for students. We know that as students, we want everything to be free. We don't want to pay for a lot of things, and so we want to drive financial inclusion for students, and that's why we've tailor-made this product for you. And so I will urge everyone here that as we've come into school, one of the things that we also don't do well is financial management. Already the money is not even enough, so we can't even put some aside. But even if it is 10 cedis, you can put aside 20 cedis. Open our account and just put it down and be diligent towards it, and see how it will help you when you get into level 400 and you are completing school. And so again, my name is Christabel. I thought to come here just to share a word or two with you, tell you about some of the things that we do in the form of our internships, our financial inclusion drive, and the products that we have. I don't take too much of your time. We are outside, and so when you are done, just come along with your Ghana card and your admission letter, and we'll give you our flagship product. Thank you so much.
So I'm Fiona Dazi, and the Dean of Students. And our office is right at the LBC, room 108. And what we stand for is to seek the welfare of every student and to maintain a certain level of discipline. And so once you come to UPSA, we are here as Dean, or the Office of the Dean, to help you navigate your way through school. So I congratulate every one of you and welcome you on behalf of the Vice Chancellor. So there are facilities that are available on campus, which is to help you: the library, the sports facilities, school clinic, student center, the food, banking facilities. In fact, when you go to the student center, you have the banks, the food courts. So everything has been made available for your stay here to be very memorable. The school clinic, if you have a headache, whatever the problem is, when you go to the school clinic, you'll be attended to. You've paid for it, and so you need to go to have access to all the medical assistance that you want, including mental health. So you don't need to go outside of campus. Everything is right here. Now, very importantly is our dress code. Every Monday is our professional Monday dressing. And we expect everyone, the gentlemen, to be in shirts tagged in, shoes, belts. We don't want anything hanging. We don't want to see anything. The men, we don't want to see your boxer shorts. The ladies, we don't want to see your ties or your cleavage. That is not why we are here. So with UPSA, the dress code is to have the total lady or the man dressed in a professional way. So we groom you from here. When you go to your offices or you go up to work, you already know how to dress professionally. So it's very important. So we don't only look at your clothes, but we also look at your facial. We also look at how you carry yourself. Some people plait their hair with different colors. Green, I'll show you some examples. Green, blue, yellow, red. Let me show you some here. And the nails. I know that you have come to the university environment. Therefore, you'd want to show how all the freedom that you know. But please, you have a limit. Be modest. You'll be surprised that when somebody wants to marry you and they want to remember you, they'll look at how you wear on campus. So they'll mention it and they'll say, hey, that girl, don't go there. Look at the nails, the color, how long it is. Sometimes they sit in class and they can't even write with a pen because the nails are so long. The yellow, the purple, you are just attracting and making people, they just want to be seen. So please, sometimes even they do it all the way to their toes. And then when you complain or you tell them, they have to wrap it up in a bun. And they wrap it up so big that the person sitting in front of them can't even see the board. So please, be modest in your dressing. Look at the earrings. Some have pierced their ears all the way. And then the men, look at the trousers there. They want to see the boxer shorts. Please, these are not allowed. IT students, I'm pleading with you. Those who are doing the twist, as for the law students, they come with a preferred attire. But the IT students, I'm pleading with you. I'll be standing right at the entrance. And if you are not properly dressed, we will send you back. So please, don't come and exercise all the freedom here. You have a limit. And then, this is what we want. On Mondays, look at shirt and tie, properly dressed. During the ordinary day, that is from Tuesday going, you can dress, look at the guy on the right, well, casual, but it's very nice, well tucked in. You would be surprised that just because of tucking in, people will be running away. I don't know what it is. They will tell you there are belt holes. They will tell you that it's so loose. They have so many excuses. Now, I can see the gentlemen, your hair are short. You've cut it short. Some too, they will twist it. Yesterday, somebody told me that there's some water in their village, and that if he cuts the hair, the water in their village will kill him. I'm not joking. Yesterday we went for orientation departmental level. And I said, oh, is that so? You chose to come to UPSA. Then write officially to the registrar. Write officially to the registrar. Nice hairdo, sandals. So we want to encourage every student to dress and dress properly. Now, to encourage students to dress well, we've instituted what we call the best dress policy. So every month we have one lady, you choose the lady and you choose the gentleman, and we give them a cash prize and some books. Every month we do that. So you are not expected to be drinking alcohol. Neither are you expected to smoke as well. No sexual harassment. I'm sure you'll be, no stealing. You'll be surprised that your own roommates, you think you trust, but keep your things safe. Your phones, your laptops, your tablets, please, you are responsible for your own items, so keep them safe. If you come and you tell me that it's stolen, I don't know how to. We'll have to constitute a whole committee to investigate who stole it. So please, you are no more in the secondary school. Make sure you keep your things safe. Then we have the SRC. Currently, they are not in place, but the SRC is there as a liaison between the school and then management. So if there's anything, they liaise with us as the Dean of Students to be able to voice out anything that is of a bother. And And then we have departmental associations. You belong to the Law Students Association or the Law Students Union. And then we have the Communication Students Association. You need to belong to a group. You can't just pass through the university without belonging. You need to belong to a group and show how you can lead, participate in activities. So sometimes the universities write to us and they want to know what other extracurricular activities you are in. Sometimes you don't do anything. You just come and you are strictly your academic. That's why the sports facility is there. Join the group, sporting activity. So be part of everything that goes on. Learn how to mingle with people. University is not just yourself. You need to engage, learn other ethnic tribe, what they eat, things like that. And you learn so much from other people as well. Then we also have a credit union for students. If you want to save the 5 cities and the 10 cities, our office is located at the Hostel A on the ground floor. Now, fire prevention. Sometimes you'd want to plug your phone when you come to the lecture or even in the hostel. Please, when it is fully charged, you take it out, switch it off. When you are the last person to leave the classroom, switch off the fan. When you are using a hot plate, don't leave it unattended. Rice cooker, don't leave it. Radio, television, please, don't leave it unattended. It can cause fire and create problems for all of us. Then, do not also overload the sockets. Put so many things inside the socket at the same time. This morning, when I was coming to work, I saw somebody holding a phone. In fact, on the stretch, UPSA, Presec, that stretch, the girl, they are holding their phone, they are talking. Your safety is very important. You can't just be holding your phone. They can cut off your phone together with your hands. So please, some were also talking, and some also have earpiece. When even you blow a horn, they don't hear. So I would admonish you, be careful. Walk in groups. The school bus is available to pick you from the hostel to the grounds, LBC. Join the bus. Don't walk alone. Join the group. And then come to lectures together and then walk together back to your hostel. Don't decide to walk alone. I don't have friends. No, we don't do that. So you are responsible for your own safety. Stay vigilant and create a secure and enjoyable college experience. So on behalf of the Office of the Dean of Students, I wish to congratulate you. I wish you a pleasant stay in UPSA, and I know that you are going to do well. Our contact is deanstudents@upsmeo.edu.gh. Thank you very much.
How to take care of yourself. We don't want you to get sick in the first place. When you are sick, we are there. But I want you to take good care of yourself so you don't fall sick in the first place. So general health things you should be aware of. Number one, understand that health is not just about the physical body. You have to look at your person as a whole and understand that each aspect of your life affects the physical as well. So you have to look, for example, at your spiritual life. Take good care of your spiritual life. Don't say now you're in school, so no more church or mosque or anything like that. No. Take care of that. That protects you in more ways than you realize. Take care of your social health. I heard you already being spoken to about social life, making friends and things like that. It's important because academic work can be stressful. So if you go alone without help from other people, without support groups, it might be overwhelming. And so you end up coming with health issues. So make sure that you join groups, join societies, make good friends. And just that knowledge that you are not alone, that you have people you can fall on, takes away stress from you and helps you be more effective in your studies and keeps you physically well as well. We have to think about your emotional health. Fortunately, we have counseling center here. We have lots of clinical psychologists and counselors on campus available to you as well. Watch your emotional health. If you see that things are not going well with you, if you realize that you have mental health issues, please don't wait until it is too late. Reach out and get help. You can talk to your various lecturers, talk to people at the hostel, talk to friends who are seniors ahead and direct you in the right direction, or come to the clinic as well. We have clinical psychologists available. In fact, our medical director, the current one, is a clinical psychologist. So that's a big part. Mental health is big to us. Come and talk to us about it. The other areas like environmental health, take care of yourself and your environment. Make sure that there's not too much noise in your rooms. Look after each other. Noise is a pollutant. Make sure you keep your environment clean, because when there's a lot of rubbish around, it affects your mental health and affects your physical health. So there are little things that you should look out for, not just the physical. And then for the physical side, I quickly want to touch on basic things you should do. Eat well. It's very important to make sure you have a balanced diet. Add fruits and vegetables to your meals. Don't skip meals because of lectures. So make sure you eat well. 2, drink enough water. Try to get up to 2 to 3 liters of water every day. Keep well hydrated, and that keeps you healthy and strong, and will keep you from having to come to the clinic. Get adequate sleep. We always say get up to 8 hours of sleep, but we know that can be very difficult. Some of you are students, you are parents, and you are workers as well. So it can be very difficult getting 8 hours of sleep a day. But no matter what, and no matter how difficult it is, I will encourage you to try and get at least 6 hours of sleep. And make sure your sleep time is good sleep time. A lot of us use our devices even in bed, and that keeps us awake and can affect our quality of sleep. When the sleep time, put your devices off and have good rest. And then exercise, very important. Some of you walk around a lot, and that's good. But if your walking is not enough, I would encourage you, try and do about 10,000 steps a day. You have to be intentional about it sometimes, or get involved in our sporting activities, or go jogging, play football, play basketball. There's lots of facilities for sports as well around. Take advantage of them. So eat well, adequate sleep, drink enough water, get enough rest and recreation, and then exercise. These are key things. If you add that to the other dimensions, the social dimension, the spiritual dimension, and all that, generally you should be fairly good. And you find that you stay away from us. But if you do need us, please come as well. And then you have to do your medicals as well. I'm sure notices will come out to you soon. Normally it's done in batches, and they'll let you know when you have to come and do your medicals. When you are given that notice, please make sure you come. If you don't come when you are asked to come and you come later on, you'll have to pay a penalty. And the day that you're coming for your test, please come without breakfast. Come fasting. We want about a 12, definitely not more than 14-hour fast. So if you're going to get about 8 a.m., by 8 p.m. the previous day, you can get a little snack before you go to bed. So come fasting, because we'll take your blood, we'll check your sugar, we'll do a few other tests for you. So I think I'll end here. I think just for questions. No? Okay. Please, do you have any questions?
Anyone have a question? Anyone have a question?
Okay, looks like we are good. All right, so I'll end up by just saying that I'll leave you one of my favorite quotes. It says by Tony Robbins, it says that life is a gift. Life is a gift. And it gives us the privilege, the opportunity, and the responsibility of giving something back by becoming more. Life is a gift. It gives us the privilege, the opportunity, and the responsibility of giving something back by becoming more. And education is one of the ways in which we become more. One of the ways in which we increase our capacity. By increasing your capacity of becoming more, you can give something back to your community. Give something back to your world. Give something back to your parents. People have invested in you. It's a gift they've given you. Life itself is a gift God has given us. So take every opportunity seriously to expand yourself, enlarge yourself, become more, so you can make the world a better place. God bless you and all the best.
But indeed, we here at the University of Professional Studies, we are very happy that you made a decision to enroll in our university. I'm sure that it hasn't been an easy journey. Some of you at some point in time were confused about one thing or the other, but we are grateful to God that you are here. And for us who are here in this university, we are happy for you enrolling, and we want to tell you that you made the right decision in coming here. There were many others who would have wished to be here, so your admission into the university should not be taken for granted at all. If you check the statistics of applicants, we have well over 20,000 people applying to pursue various programs, and many were not able to get admission. So if you are here, it means that you are part of the many who were able to make it this day. And I want you to clap for yourself for this enviable feat. On behalf of the Vice Chancellor and the rest of the management team, I welcome all of you dearly. We know that most of you are coming here with a lot of uncertainties, a lot of expectations and all that. Your fears are real, but what I can assure all of you, and the pledge of this university to you, is that we will do our best to make sure that your studies here, whether 2 years or 4 years, will be a very successful one. We are doing our very best to provide you with the necessary supports to help with your teaching and learning activities. As I speak to you now, I am sure that the lecturers are well prepared and are ready to welcome you into the classroom. The advice I want to have for all of you is to have the right attitude for studies. You have come from your various homes. As you are aware, all of you enrolled on the programs individually. You make friends here, but always remember that you are first and foremost an individual. Don't let any other person influence your career trajectory. That also means that there are people who may come here for various reasons. I know from our historical records that it's not everybody who comes here and is really serious. But if you have that attitude, I will ask that you shelve it and adopt a right attitude and mentality for studies. Decide who becomes your friend. Decide that you are here purposely to acquire a degree and nothing more but to acquire a degree. Observe the rules and regulations that you are going to be taken through during your stay this morning here. I'm sure that various officers, if you check the program outline, will take turns to speak to you about very important activities and also give you information that will help your stay in this university. Don't be distracted. Listen attentively to whatever you'll be told here, because your ability to complete your studies on time is dependent on how well you imbibe the information that will be shared with you today and also observe them during your study. On that note, I'd like to welcome all of you here. Sit tight and pay attention to all the things that is going to be said. And very importantly, try and ask questions. I believe that you get an opportunity to ask questions. Take notes and ask questions. If there's anything that is not clear, anything that is baffling your mind, make sure that you gather the courage to speak up. Ask relevant questions, get clarification, so that you don't leave this gathering with any doubt in mind. I welcome all of you and enjoy your time here. Thank you very much.
Just to figure out which programs you can pursue to add to the degree that you are pursuing over here. And so, I know you are here because you want to pursue your degree, your bachelor's and all that. But I think you can do yourself better by adding on our academic programs, our professional programs that we have here. IPS is not dead. You remember the VC also projected the founder of IPS. He is the one that has made this school what it is today that you are enjoying. And so for us, we can't kill that program that we have, IPS. It's going to grow stronger and stronger each passing day. I'm sure one of the questions that will run through your head will be, why should I pursue the professional program? If all the institutions around, they are looking for students with degrees to engage, why should I bother myself? I know students don't like learning. But it will interest you to know that looking at the thousands of people here, you can imagine when it comes to graduation, and then you graduate about 5,000, 6,000 students. Look at the jobs that we currently have. You realize that the statistics that the VC presented is really, really true. The level of unemployment is so high. But trust me, you should be able to give an employer the reason to engage you instead of engaging the others. And the only reason would be that you should have something that the others don't have. And so I present to you that IPS, the programs we run, if you are to add it on to the degree that you are to obtain in UPSA, should be able to give you that competitive advantage over the other candidates that are out there. So while professional programs, the dual qualification, and somehow you are blessed to have our VCs give you tuition for free. And so we are not going to overburden you to pay for tuition as compared to someone who is coming from out there who will have to pay so much to be able to obtain that education. Yours is just free. It's only about the payment of the examinations that you are going to run. And it will make you a better person. So dual qualification, you can run it such that by the time you are done with UPSA, you should have those two certificates, that is the degree as well as your professional certificates. Then also, we are saying that the exclusive tuition discount, I think that's what I mentioned. For UPSA students, tuition is free. You can compare it to someone paying $1,800 for tuition if you have to pursue a professional program here. And time efficiency, you're already here. How many of our universities have the professional programs? I guess it's only UPSA, right? So whilst here pursuing your degree, you can add to it the professional program. It's still on the same campus. So that by the time you are done, you'll be gone. And in actual fact, looking at the fact that you are going to pursue the two, you are going to manage your time very well. It's no time to now go and chase a boyfriend or a girlfriend. You use your time wisely. By the time the 4 years is over, you are just walking out of this school with your two certificates. And then enhance employability. I mean, if I'm the CEO of an organization and I have a business and you come before me and I have to engage you, if I go through the resume, I should be able to see something like a professional program and all that. So in the midst of all those that might come for them to be engaged, the one that might have the professional qualification in addition to the degree will be the one that I would rather prefer, because the person will have some skills to be able to work in industry. It would interest you again to know that industry, they are still crying. They are saying there's still a gap. We channel lots of students, but when they go and work, it's like they don't see the added benefit in terms of engaging you. And so once you have that professional bid, it enables you to be able to perform better when you are engaged in some of these firms that we are talking about. Okay, so we just did a quick comparison between the professional versus academic certificates. Academic certification, we are saying you acquire the broad knowledge, across a discipline recognized by for entry-level roles. But then if you look at the professional certificates, you will be equipped with specific skills tailored to industry standards, highly valued for advanced positions. And so if you want, and I think recently I've had people call at our office, they are looking for students we have trained in ICSA and all that, and I couldn't even find one. And you are business administration students, that particular professional program is good for you. Somewhere last year, I would have been standing here as the dean of the faculty, so I know which programs are actually good for you. The ICSA is good for business administration, and later I'll show you the other professional programs that we have that we are running at the institute. Yes? Okay, so basically we have made mention of the fact that tuition is free for every semester. The programs that are there, if you come, the courses that are there, if you come and take any of the courses, you will not be charged. However, somewhere along the line, if we have to prepare you to write an exam so that you don't fail, there will be something little we might charge. So just bear that in mind. Of course, the duration first semester is February to June. Second semester is August to November, and then for preparation, access to expert tutors, you have mock exams and then tailored study materials, just to make sure that whatever you pay for, you will not lose. You should pass for the exams that you will be writing. Yeah, so why start now? I'm sure you'll be asking, why should I start now? I've just entered, I haven't found my feet. Why are you pursuing me, asking me to start now? But there are reasons why you should start now. You take advantage of that discount, because once you leave the school, if you have to come back to take the professional program, you will pay. So once here, and you realize that the professional courses that you have to take is quite a number. So you start now so that you'll be able to take all that and enjoy the discounts. Then the competitive advantage, I've told you, if I'm an employer, I would prefer someone with the professional certificate as well as the academic certificate. And for career growth, it will help build a strong foundation for career growth locally and then internationally. Yes? So these are the programs we have. ACCA, I'm sure you might have heard all of this. Recently, I have one of my children going to work in one of these big institutions, and after they engaged, they said, we give you 2 years. Make sure you go and pursue this particular program, ACCA. Within 2 years, if you are not done, you are out. And I think these days they are very serious. They want to perform. So they don't want students to come and flag their place and they can't perform. So the academic program is very, very important. We have ICAG, we have, that is more of one of our professional bodies here, whereas ACCA is a foreign professional body which is internationally recognized. We have seen Ghana, which is also within here, locally recognized as well, and then we have seen UK. So basically these are the programs that are really being run at the institute. But we also have others, but because we don't have students for that, we don't really go out there to look for the experts to come and teach. However, if you come and you are interested in any of those professional programs that are linked with your programs that you are doing here, we can easily go out there and look for the experts to actually take you. And I think somewhere last year, because I was the dean of the faculty, we managed to we managed to sign an MOU between the faculty and then logistics and transport, that is Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport. So those of you that are doing logistics and transport, they are ready to come on board to help you people to leave this institution with also a certificate. But I guess you will pay something somewhere along the line. So irrespective of whatever you are doing, there's a particular a professional program that is linked to the programs that you are pursuing here that you have to pursue, so that it makes the whole education more complete for you. So why choose UPSA? Yes, once again, affordable tuition, expert guidance from the people we have, and then definitely the dual certification that we are looking at. Good. So to find us, we are in the LBC. That's the main block that you'll be having your lectures. The second floor in 308. I might not be able to share everything with you here. So whatever your challenges are, you can reach out to us in 308 on the second floor of the LBC. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm from the counseling unit. Counseling and gender unit, we do the same thing, we work together. So what do we do at the counseling unit? First of all, let me clear your mind on something. When we hear about counseling, we think that is for people who have problems. It's for people who are having mental health issues. No. We counselors even go for counseling. Everybody needs counseling. So please, when you hear about counseling, don't think that it doesn't concern you. It concerns everybody. So, what do we do at the counseling unit? We organize seminars for students. We do group counseling for students. If we realize that some group of students have the same problem, we put them together and then we counsel them. We also do individual one-on-one counseling. As you are sitting here now, you have issues from your home. You have issues, you have problems. So the counseling unit is the place where you can come and then share your problems with the counselors. You have academic challenges. If you don't have, when you start lectures, you will start having academic issues. I'm not saying that by all means you have it, but these are things that you cannot run away from. If you have any academic challenge, please come to the counseling office so that we help you. Some of you have chosen programs that you don't have much insight into. It is when you start doing the program that you realize that you are not in the right field. Some of you chose programs because your friends have chosen that program, and some of you, your parents imposed your program on you. Every year we have students wanting to change their programs. So if at level 100, you realize that the program that you have chosen is not going well with you, please, don't worry yourself. You come to the counseling unit, let us sit down and then counsel you. Let's go through and then ask you some few questions and see what can be done. Because sometimes students get to level 200, level 300, they now want to change their program and they start all over from level 100 again. Please, we don't want this to happen to you. So when you start having challenges, please come and see us. You have personal issues which you cannot talk to anybody about. The counseling unit is there. Learning difficulties. Some of you don't pass not because you don't learn, but because you have not identified the best learning strategy that best fits you. Please come to the counseling unit to help you. Anger management, anxiety, relationship issues. That one, let me keep it for another time. Then self-esteem, stress management, and so these are not the only things we deal with. We deal with a lot of issues. Now, confidentiality. When you are coming to the counseling unit, don't think that whatever I'm coming to discuss with the counselor will be shared with someone alone. We don't do that. Confidentiality is very key to what we do. So don't be afraid to come to the counseling unit. And we are located at the JJ Mate block. JJ Mate block. At UPSA, all the buildings have names. So please, JJ Mate block is just here. Then we are at the third floor. The counseling offices are there. We also have an office at Hostel A, the first floor, room 151. So if you have any issue and you want to see a counselor, please come there and we will help you. These are our contacts. Our contact numbers are there. Please write them down so that if you need counseling, you come to us. Now, I also want to talk about gender. When I talk about gender, when I mention gender, I'm sure it is women that came into your mind. No, the office is open to everybody, both males and females. Males give female problems. The females also give male problems. So please, we are there to help both of you. What do we do at the gender office? sexual harassment. Sexual harassment. If somebody is harassing you, come and report at the gender office. And when I say harassment, what do I mean? You have seen a beautiful lady, you like her. It's nobody's business. This is a university, but we want you to behave in a more civil way. If you approach a lady and the lady doesn't like you, do you force her? If you approach the lady and the lady says no, please leave her alone. And ladies, when you are saying no, don't say no. No. Be very emphatic. No. You see, sometimes when you come and report, we find it very difficult to investigate the case because at the end we pay. So why you say they won't pay? You see, you have to be very careful on this. We have a policy on sexual harassment, and I'll plead with you all to read it. We are sitting here laughing, but if a student comes to report you that you have done anything to her, you will be shocked. The type of process that you go through, you'll be surprised. So please, if you approach a lady and she says she doesn't like you, leave you alone. Go your way. Some of you, you follow the lady everywhere she goes. Are you emptying? Everywhere the lady goes, you'll be following her. And you even go to the extent of telling her that if you don't accept me, I will make life uncomfortable for you. It won't happen. UPSA will make life uncomfortable for you. So please, leave them alone. Let them be free. We are not saying that don't enter into relationships. It's your choice. But know the reason why you are here and do things rightly. So if a lady doesn't like you, leave her alone and better luck next time. Okay? And sexual harassment is not only when you enter into somebody's room and you sleep with a person. Somebody can come and report you that you are stalking her, stalking. Anywhere she goes, you are following her. Somebody can come and report you that you have touched a part of your body that she doesn't want. Please avoid all this and just pass your passing, do your thing and go your way. After all, we are here to study, isn't it? So please, let's mind our business and let's take this sexual harassment thing very serious because every year we have cases. Sorry. We also do mentorship program. I do it with Madam, Dean of Students. So the gender and counseling unit and then the office of the Dean of Students. What we do is that we assign you to senior members who are old in the university or who are experienced, so that they will mentor you. And that type of mentorship can be on your academic work, on your personal life, on your social life, or on anything at all. But you know that if a senior citizen is leading you, you are sure not to go astray, isn't it? So this opportunity is also opened. What we do is that we create a link. It's not compulsory, but in your own interest, if you sign up for that program, it will help you. A lot of people have signed up and it has really helped them. So we will encourage you when the time comes, we will open the link and then you sign up and then we assign you to a senior member to guide you and direct you. It's a very interesting opportunity that we all want you to sign up for. Now we have a dress code, this is your student's handbook. To avoid unnecessary embarrassment during lectures, get this dress, get the student's handbook and read it and know what is inside it. It's not only dress code that is in the student's handbook. There are so many things concerning you. Sometimes you get into trouble because you don't read the student's handbook. You don't know what is there. So please read it and then know what is there. Drug and substance abuse, please, it's not allowed. You are not allowed to be drinking at the hostel or on campus. And they've talked about that already. We also have a pregnancy policy for those of you who want to get 2 degrees before you finish. Your academic degree and a baby. Having a baby is a degree. It's even it's even more, do I say rewarding or more, it's more happier than having the degree. Now, if you are pregnant, there's a pregnancy policy in the university. Sometimes during your examination time, because of pregnancy-related complications, you may not be able to write. Or one way or the other, maybe because of pregnancy, you can't attend lectures. Because of pregnancy, you can't do this, you can't do that. Fine. Pregnancy, we don't consider it as a sickness. But come to the gender office and report. If you have not come to report, nobody will listen to you. Come and let us know how to help you. So the gender office and the officer in charge of gender. If somebody is harassing you, my name is Mrs. Imba. Look for me and report the person to me. We are all at the 3rd floor, the top of the JJ Martin building. So we hope to see each and every one of you. If you have any problem, do not waste time at all. Come and talk to us and we will help you. You are here because of your studies. So please, in whatever you are doing, I always tell students, let your studies, your academic, whatever, let it be your priority. Let that one come first before all other things will follow. Thank you very much.
The hostel is structured in this way. Myself as the director for the center, actually the hostel is just one of the portfolio that falls under the business development. And I have 2 deputies under me, and we also have the hall tutors. And we have the hostel managers. And we also have the JCR, that is the student body that actually liaises with the resident students and that of the hostel management. Please project my presentation for me. Yeah, so the university has 3 buildings. And within the 3 buildings, we have 12 halls. Each building actually hosts or has 4 halls. And so you have one building called Hostel A. And then you have the other building called Matthew Okukupempe Hostel. And then you have the last one called New Amonkote Hostel. So all these 3 hostels can only accommodate 4,584 students. All these 3 hostels can only accommodate 4,584 students. And we have student population over 22,000. The student population is now heading towards 23,000. So you can imagine the scramble for the accommodation by our students. The very reason why some of you did not get the hostel. But the university has tried, has done its best. The last 2 hostels were built just about 2 years ago. Now, for the first hostel, Hostel A, we have 334 rooms. The Hostel B has 396 rooms, and then the Hostel C has 416. Sorry, I'm just deviating, but I just want to let you know that the Hostel B is also called Matthew Okukupempe Hostel, and then the Hostel C is called New Amonkote Hostel. That's why I'm calling Hostel A, B, and C. Very soon, the Hostel A will also be named after me, Robert Jekedako. Yeah. That is just by the way. All right. Now, the hostel is open to all interested in registered students. By that, you should be a student of the university before you can get access to the university. So for fresh students, the first thing you need to do is to pay your school fees and register your courses. That will enable you have your data on your hostel platform to book. If you don't do this as a fresh student, you can't book. Anybody can also book for you. So that one is very key. Very, very important. Now, the booking, they give you a notice indicating when the hostel system will be opened. And we expect every student to be reading. You go to the university website, your various WhatsApp platforms, the information will be there. So you get to know when the hostel system will be open for interested students to actually book. We normally book against the upcoming semester. So for instance, you have come first semester, first year. Before you finish your first semester, we give you the opportunity to book against the second semester. So please just look around, the notice will come. So sometime a month to your vacation, or maybe 3 weeks to your vacation, the notice will come telling you when the system will be opened for you to book. We have various categories of room. We have the 4-in-1 category, the 2-in-1 category, and the 1-in-1 category for all these 3 hostels. The prices are different, of course. If you want to live alone, you pay higher than 4 people living in one particular room. So depending on the hostel that you choose, you know how much you are supposed to pay. And also the room category that you choose will also determine how much you pay. Later, you get all this information. This one is general orientation. Those of you who are lucky to be at the hostel, there will be another orientation at the hostel levels. Your hall tutors and then the hostel managers, GC executive, will organize another orientation for you. This one is just to give you a brief information regarding the hostel. In that notice, there will be a link that you can follow to go into the hostel system to select the hostel that you want and then the room type that you also want. Now, there are a few things that I want you to know. Booking of the hostel is open to all registered UPSA students. Admission of students into the hostel shall be on semester basis. Yes, just as I mentioned, we book against the upcoming semester before we go home. Under no circumstance shall a student sell or transfer his or her allocated bed to another student. Residential fees for the semester should be paid into UPSA fee account and not to any individual. The fee cover accommodation only. Any further charges covering other facilities will be determined by management of the university. Students pay for their own electricity, water is also borne by the university. So we pay the hostel fee, but the electricity fee is catered for by yourself. The university also pays for your water. You don't pay for water. So the university is well gracious unto you. And when selecting your bed, bed 1 and bed 3 are for down beds. Bed 2 and bed 4 are for top beds. When you enter a particular room, you will see 2 down beds. The bed 1 is one of the down beds. The bed 3 is also one of the down beds. 2 and 4 are top beds. So in selecting for the bed, if you decide to choose bed 3, remember that when you go, you won't sleep at the top bed. Sorry, bed 3 is down bed. 1 is down, 2 is top, 3 is down, 4 is top. So 1 and 3 are down beds. Please remember. Now, security of residents in their property. Students are permitted to enter and leave the hostel by the porter's lodge and by the gates. The gates at the hostel's main entrance and the gates at the porter's lodge shall be closed at 12 midnight and open at 5 a.m. So, you see, we are very careful about your security. So we have a policy that by 12 midnight, all the gates are locked. And then by 5 a.m., we open. So if you decide to go somewhere, make sure that you come before 12 midnight. When it is 10 p.m., you don't allow visitors. And visitors even include residents, students. When it is 10 p.m., if you decide to visit somebody in another hostel, another room, come back to your room. You are also a visitor within the hostel. And we don't expect you to stay beyond 10 p.m. in somebody's room. And the same thing applies to visitors coming from outside, whether your parents or your friends or whatever. All right. Please, the security of your properties and yourself is in your hands. The security of your properties and yourself is in your hands. Make sure that your doors are locked anytime you are leaving. If you are the last person to leave the room, take the key to the porter's lodge. Don't carry it along because you are not the only person in the room. Now let me mention few permissible electrical appliances. You are permitted to do a radio set, electric iron, rice cooker, laptop, tabletop fridge, television set, hot plate, microwave, kettle. The following are not allowed. They are not permissible. Deep fryer, loud stereo, musical Wi-Fi, or elaborate. Okay, water heater, washing machine, air conditioner, gas cylinder, and game console. In fact, we've had challenges with this game console thing, and at the point we decided to disallow anyone bringing such equipment to play with. But later on, we realized on the policy because students must also play small. But please, you don't play it beyond the 10 p.m. And if you want to play it beyond the 10 p.m., do it alone. Don't do it with friends because you'll be disturbing other students who want to sleep. So that one, we have relaxed on the policy small. Then prohibitions at the hostel. No touching, no smoking, no possession, peddling, or use of cigarettes and other illegal drugs. No fighting, no assault, no intake of alcohol or any form of alcoholism, no sexual intercourse, no visitors is allowed after 10 p.m., no tampering with fire extinguishers, no sexual abuse or abuse of any form, no smoking, no use of loud speakers, no moving of TV room and study room chairs, no form of trading whatsoever, no gambling, no video of students at the hostel and circulating on social media. It is not allowed for you to video the hostel or any resident students and circulating same. If you are caught, you will be dealt with according to the law of the Republic of UPSA. So please, you don't entertain such things. Make sure that you don't do it. Because you are privy to the social media, something small you want to circulate. In fact, if you do that in your court, you will be punished accordingly. All right. So because of time, I will end here. I don't know if maybe there will be one or two questions, but we welcome you once again to UPSA. We had some few challenges with our fee platform, and we had to resort to manual system in a way. That is why you had to pay your fees and had to wait for 24 hours. And in some cases, we even went beyond the 24 hours. But I can assure you that we are tirelessly working on it to fix it. So hopefully next semester when you are paying your fees, it will be seamless. You will not have to come to campus to queue anywhere. Once you pay at bank, you will just go online and everything will be fine. And the structure of our billing, we bill students with your annual fee. However, based on what we put in the admission letter, we expected that you can pay for a semester.
So say in the first semester, the facility fee will pay 50% and pay all the miscellaneous fees. Then you'll be able to register. Those of you had, some of you had very serious problems because you didn't read your letter well. We said 50% of the facility fee and miscellaneous fees of 660 in total. But you ignored the miscellaneous fees and paid only the facility fee. And you kept on saying, I can't raise this, I paid 50%. So the way the system is structured ensures that even if you pay and you leave out 50 pesos, the system will tell you that you haven't fulfilled financial requirements. And so you have to be very careful when you are doing your payment so that you pay the accurate fee and then you don't have to have problems. Let's move on. Okay, so for example, equivalent students, your annual facility fee is 4,420, and therefore 50% of this is 2,210. If you made a mistake and want to pay 2,200, it means you haven't fulfilled the requirements. You will not be able to register. And in addition, the miscellaneous fees, if you leave any of them out, they are itemized on the platform from 200 cedis to the lowest of 10 cedis. If you pay all and leave only the 10 cedis, you haven't fulfilled financial requirements. Same applies to the undergraduate of the 4975 and then law, which you don't have here. So let's move on quickly. And this is how the miscellaneous fees is itemized when you go to your platform. Unfortunately, as we speak, the platform is down, and so you cannot see that, but when it's open, you will certainly see how it is done. How do you pay your fees? Currently, you can only pay fees with cash at Access Bank. You go into the bank, deposit your more cash, and then off you go. But very soon, we would add other channels like Momo, so that those of you who want to pay your fees at the convenience of your home, you can do that. We will add Visa and MasterCard and some other digital platforms that you can use. We accept check payment, but with the check payment, you have to present the check to the family directorate, and we will pay you. When we get value for the check, then your wallet will be topped up. But we don't accept personal checks. If a parent wants to give you a check for the fees, they should do a cash check for you. You go and cash it and come and pay. If you bring a personal check, we don't take that. But if an organization is sponsoring you or something like that, we bring a check, we'll pay. But it will delay. It will take some 3 working days for the check to clear before we can put it in your wallet for you. So, currently we give you 24 hours when you pay at the bank that you'll be able to register. But going forward, payment of fees and registration is instant. As soon as you pay the fees, you are able to log on online to disperse and immediately register. So we are working towards that. So hopefully by next semester, that will be functional. Then scholarship. Some of you will be lucky to get scholarship from scholarship awarding institutions. When you do, the scholarship will be disbursed directly into your wallet. And we want to caution you that some of you who are highly connected may get more than one scholarship. You are not going to benefit from it personally. We will ensure that if you have 3 scholarships and only one can pay for your fees, the other 2 will never get it. We will send it back to one of the awarding institutions so that other students will benefit. So it means that there's no point shopping for scholarships when you have one which is enough to pay your fees. But we are also aware that most of the scholarships awarding institutions do delay in disbursing. So for example, you have paid your first semester fees already. If you happen to get scholarship, that money may come during your second semester. which means that you are personally paid for the first semester. We will hold on to that payment that you have made till you graduate. When you are graduating, you can request for a refund, and then we will refund it to you with a little administrative charge of 10% taken from it. Little one. Okay, so that is about that. And so currently the youth platform that you have, the URL is on the screen there, and then the how to log in has also stated there your index number, your date of birth, as in year, month, and day, and then you are in there. So the finance directorate is located on top of the Access Bank. If you have any question or anything that you want to know, you can come there. We are glad to receive you. And we also have a number that you can reach out to us during the working hours of the day. So I thank you very much for spending only 3 minutes with you.
You are all welcome to UPSA, and I believe that you are not here by accident. You are here for a purpose. Alright, so ISTD, what do you stand for? We provide expert advice to information technology, where we assist students in their learning, teaching, and research, and then administration. And so if you have issues with your connectivity on the UPSA campus or the hostels, you come to our office or it comes to ISTD. We will assist you to get these problems resolved. We have 3 structures within the ISTD where I want to talk to you about. We have the infrastructure unit where I am coming from. So basically, before you be able to access any internet access here, we need to do a connectivity to get a certain point where you can also tap from to have access to them. We have the enterprise system. Enterprise, you take off the uses and development and other stuff. And then we have the policy and the strategy and support. So we have a support unit that supports all students. If you have issues with your laptops, your tablets, and any other form of auditors, you have any problem with them, our department, which is the policy and the strategy support unit, to help you. And you are here to be responsible, take care of your IDs. And you don't go to any of the cafes, we open your transcript over there. You don't go to the inside or inside and be opening things that are very, very confidential to you, especially with your results. Don't go to a cafe and go and open your results portal or the portal in the cafe. Once they are able to get in all these things, you know what they will do to you. All right. So, and creating a password for your everyone, we expect that you give us alphanumeric numbers combined together so that the password will be strong. So you don't use your date of birth or your pet's name to create as your password. We expect at least with 8 character numbers mixed with alphanumeric words should be good enough to create a password. If you don't do that, you will not be able to access the everyone. Exactly. If you don't do that, you will not do it. You will not be able to do it. Great. So thank you all for your time, and I wish you all well. Thanks for making it. For the programs that some of you will be offering, you haven't read them before, and you may not know where to get the appropriate materials for these programs. But for every program that is mounted in the university, GTEC or accreditation, before they grant the license for the university to run the program, they first come to inspect to see that the library has information materials on those programs. And so once we have proof that we have those materials, then they give the go-ahead for us to mount the programs. So the information you need to go through your program already exists in the library. The university's vision of providing world-class education, the library functions to support this vision by ensuring that we have the information resources that students need to successfully go through their programs. The library is a very big maze, hundreds or thousands of books, print and electronic, and you need skills to be able to identify the books. Sometimes you see students standing in front of shelves and they are not finding what they are looking for. The fact that you're not finding what you're looking for doesn't mean the library doesn't have it. The library has professional staff who can be able to just let you know what you're looking for. So you don't need to waste time when you come to the library. Get in touch with officials. Let them know what you're looking for and they can assist you to get it. We have every information that you need. You just need to speak to the right person and you'll get your information. Remember, you're doing 70% of the work yourself and your lectures are helping you with the 30%. And the library is there to help you with that 70%. So you make good use of the library. A library, so as to protect our students, we have an electronic access gate that you access with your student ID card. When your ID cards are ready, you bring them to the library so that they get activated so you can be able to access the library with your cards. For now, when you come to the library, you realize you are able to go in. It's because a lot of you don't have your cards now, and we don't want to frustrate you, and that's why we allow you in. But a time is coming soon when, not even a time is coming. Now after your orientation, the lectures is about to begin, we'll expect that even if your card is not ready, you give us proof of your identity, proof of your registration. So you have to show us proof of your registration before we grant you access into the library. When your cards are ready, you need to use your own card to swipe to have access. You don't grant someone access with your card. The library is the most monitored environment on campus. There are people who actually sit down and they are just monitoring what is going on in on the library floor. So be careful not to grant someone access with your card. Otherwise, your own card that you use to grant that access will be blocked and you will not be able to use the library. We have various sections in the library. We have discussion halls where you can meet as groups to have your group discussions. We have syndicate rooms which can accommodate between 6 and 9. But those syndicate rooms are soundproof. So if you don't want disturbances, you can actually book these syndicate rooms so you can have your private discussions there. We have photocopy and other secretarial services on the ground floor, and that service we have is the cheapest you can find on campus. And so if you want cheap photocopy and printing services, you can come to the library for that. A few rules and regulations to ensure you are here too when you come to the library. One is that we don't come in with edibles and liquids. The edibles attract the pests of our print resources, which destroy them, and our print resources are very expensive, especially our law books. They are extremely expensive, and that's why we don't give chance to invite these pests into the library. Again, liquids also change the ambience of the atmosphere, which also attract these pests to the library. And so we don't allow liquids, including water. So if you want to drink, you kindly step out, go and drink your water and come back in. In the future, we'll see what we can do about this. But for now, we don't allow liquids into the library. Bags are also not allowed. We have some porters lodges just at the entrance, left and right, and you leave your bags there before you come in. You are responsible for your luggages or your belongings when you come to the library.